So how's spring ball been for the defense?
It's been pretty good. You know, a lot of new adjustments, a lot of things that we're doing, working on, building on, you know, things from last season, a lot of new players. So the chemistry, you know, the biggest thing as far as the culture, making sure the new guys, you know, us all of a sudden adapt our culture and everything else. So it's going pretty good.
What are some of the cornerbacks that have stood out?
To be honest, you know, we're still going to have quite a competition in the fall. You know, my thing is, you know, it's a weekly basis. And those guys that came to compete, we had some guys all of a sudden come out, but now they're all back. So, I mean, it's a positive that a lot of guys have got a lot of reps, and, you know, we got some guys coming back that have experience already.
What was the biggest difference for this fall camp, spring camp compared to last year's fall?
Oh, completely different. You know, last year, like, our biggest thing was always just, you know, pretty much straight to the ball. Now guys understand that. You know, it's like, it's starting to see a little bit of ownership of it being, you know, the players' team instead of the coaches' team, which is a big plus. You know, the guys understand the expectations. They understand, you know, what the coach wants out of them and different things like that. And, you know, just the biggest thing is just the culture amongst the team, you know, them themselves. You know, they understand the expectations. They understand, you know, what we want around here, so they're all buying in.
What were your takeaways from the Saturday scrimmage in the Coliseum for your position group?
You know, it's always some good things and, you know, a couple things we need to work on. You know, just technically, you know, I think we had to take a step back that particular day from what we have done the previous days. But, you know, the guys have stepped back up, you know, the last couple of days of practice. So I'm positive about that.
Sierra seemed to take a further step in his development. I think O'Reilly's been very appreciative of that or praising him. What have you seen from Sierra?
Playmaking. You know, especially, you know, we need that, you know, with a guy like Mekhi Blackman leaving, you know, we need somebody who's going to make plays on the ball. He's came out here and done that. So, you know, just that alone, you know, just him being a lot more confident, him being a lot more aggressive. And now it looks like he's having fun. He understands what to do. And that's a big thing, you know, still right now. This is only, you know, he hasn't even done 2 complete years of college yet because he wasn't a mid-year. So, you know, it's a lot of room still to grow, but he's starting to catch up right now.
You guys brought in William Wallace from Arizona.
Yep.
What did you see from him last year? What have you seen from him this year?
I mean, just alone, you look at him in his uniform, I mean, he stands out, right? Like middle linebacker playing corner. And he does some things. I mean, he's been able to go to another school and play on an island. At the same time, you know, being that big and that strong, it's hard for people to even block him on the edge. So he provides another guy as far as run support. And, you know, he's played a lot of football games. I think he's a 4-year starter at Arizona. So leadership, smart. You can see how much detail he puts even in taking notes in meetings. You know, it sucks that, you know, he was hobbled, you know, a little bit during spring ball, but he's a guy that's going to battle back from all of that.
Coach, looking back at spring camps, what are you proud of your squad for accomplishing, and what do you still want to work on going?
Playmaking. I'm really happy with playmaking. I mean, I think from just the interceptions and the plays we made on the ball from last spring to this spring, it almost like tripled. So, I mean, just guys making plays on the ball as a whole. And, you know, it's a lot of new things that we put in, and those guys have adapted to what we're asking out of them. So, and the competition's a lot bigger, you know, a lot more now. We've got a lot of guys who, like I say, played football last year, and then you get a transfer like Ciro. I mean, it's multiple guys that can step on the field and play.
Is there anything you still want to look for in your squad that you still need to improve on?
Everything. I mean, it's a day-to-day thing. You know, the technique, we almost got to be 100%, you know, on everything we do. So 90%, 9 out of 10 isn't going to be good enough. So it's a lot of things I'm still looking forward to.
What's the biggest thing Damani has to show you between now and the fall that maybe get in the rotation on the field?
I mean, like I say, it's just a battle every week, you know, just competing. I mean, he's a guy who didn't get all the same stuff as everyone else as far as the January, February working out because he was still pretty much coming back from rehabbing his knee. So, you know, the biggest thing I'm happy about, he's been able to go to do every practice. You know, for him, just being on the field is a plus because it's a guy that really didn't get a chance to do much football. You get a COVID year and then you get injured and, you know, different things like that. So just out here playing. He's a guy that needs to see football, needs to do football, and he's been able to do that.
LinkedIn's talked about how the defensive backs have really benefited from a second year in Wiley's strength program. How have you seen increased strength gains leading to more confidence for the DBs?
A lot. I mean, you take somebody like Jacoby. Last year, Jacoby played around like 191, 192. Right now, he's 210. So, I mean, it's like that across the board. Like Damani last year, I think was like 180. He's 190, like 4 or 5. So, and you just go down the list. Like those guys are confident, you know, as far as their ability, their body, but you see people that add weight on, you all of a sudden lose a little bit of speed. You don't see that in any of them, especially the twitch, the confidence, and most importantly, like, just our group as a whole, you see a family environment. So just them being comfortable with each other, so that's a plus.
You were recruiting, obviously, USC before the new staff came here. I'm just curious, from your perspective, how has recruiting to this program evolved over the past year?
Recruiting is going to evolve, period. I mean, there's so many new things that have came up in recruiting, just from NIL, from transfer portal, different things like that. But the biggest thing is the competition across the board at every position. And even, like this competition amongst the coaches when it comes to recruiting and everything like that. But the biggest thing is not just recruiting guys who are good players, but recruiting guys that are, good people. Like our culture here right now is extremely, extremely good, and we'll continue to build on that by the people we bring in here.
What did Fabian Ross show you this spring?
He's one of the actual younger guys that hasn't got a chance to play. So just him being out here once again, and he's a guy that got beat up a little bit during spring as far as the injury, but he's able to battle back and he's continued to learn. Today was one of his better days of all spring football, so that's a plus. Thank you.